Hawking by Jim Ottaviani and Leland Merrick. So I've done a video on his version of Feynman's biography, which is done in a graphic novel treatment. And this is his or their version of Hawking. So this is what the dust jacket looks like. It's got this cool illustration here on the front. And it's a dense book. It feels heavy for what it is. It's a nice, thick, dense book. And although I haven't finished it, I think that it might be better than Feynman. They do get into the science of it. They sort of sort of talk about the science of it. And they have this funny thing where they go back or rather, when scientists from before, when they're talking about their theories and what they think, those scientists pipe up and they say, oh, well, this is actually called this instead of that. For example, there's one right near the beginning where I think it's probably Newton, and they're talking about, one of Newton's ideas, and they use a modern term for it, whereas Newton says, well, actually we call them, there we go, yeah, we don't call them particles, we call them corpuscles or whatever. I think that's Newton. I can't remember now. That was back near the beginning. Anyway, the illustrations are similar to Feynman, and you can see what they look like. These are not beautiful illustrations, but they do get interesting sometimes. And in some ways, there are things you can do with a graphic novel that you can't do, even if it's a biography, that you just can't do in the written word, like stuff like this. So anyway, interesting so far. He's an interesting guy, Hawking. I'm sure everyone who knows who he is already knows that. A funny guy, sense of humor, charming. This is not Hawking. This would probably be Einstein here. And yeah, so it covers his life. A little bit in the very beginning, but mainly it really starts with school, with what he did in school, and and then sort of goes on from there. And then this was written when he was still alive, and it was sort of told in a first person kind of thing. And since then he has died, and it doesn't make that no longer feels as present as it did when he was alive. But I didn't read this book when he was alive, so I couldn't experience that. In any case, yeah, really well done. Hawking, I have it in a hardback. Ottaviani, I'm not sure, and Merrick.